Victorian fashion comprises the various fashions and trends in British culture that emerged and grew in province throughout the Victorian era and the reign of Queen Victoria, a period which would last from June 1837 to January 1901. Covering nearly two-thirds of the 19th century, this 63-year reign would see numerous changes in fashion. These changes would include, but not be limited to, changes in clothing, architecture, literature, and the decorative and visual arts. In the 1840s and 1850s, women's gowns developed wide puff sleeves, dresses were simple and pale, petticoats and corsets were worn underneath the gowns. Day dresses had a solid bodice, and evening gowns had a very low neckline and were worn off the shoulder with shawls. In the 1860s, the skirts became flatter at the front and projected out more behind the woman. Day dresses had wide sleeves and high necklines with lace collars. Evening dresses had low necklines and short sleeves and were worn with short gloves. In the 1870s, the fad of hoop skirts had faded and women strived for a slimmer style. The dresses were extremely tight around the corseted torso and the waist and the upper legs. Small hats were perched towards the front of the head over the forehead. In the 1880s, hunting costumes had draped ankle-length skirts worn with boots or gaiters. In the 1890s, women's wear in the last decade of the Victorian era was characterised by high collars. By this time, there were neither crinolines nor bustles. Women opted for the tiny wasp waist instead. The silhouette changed once again as the Victorian era drew to a close. The shape was essentially an inverted triangle, with a wide-brimmed hat at the top, a full upper body with puffed sleeves, no bustle, and a skirt that narrowed at the ankles.